Okay, so we've done chapter 1, we've done chapter 2, we're on chapter 3. But before we start, I just want to say that putting this on 1.25 speed would probably be best because it speeds up my voice a little bit, and I just think it sounds better that way. It's not too fast, and you can still hear what it says very easily, and you'll just get done with the video faster, and you still get to hear the story. So yeah, unless you want to make it slower, but I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that, but anyways. Chapter 3. The next morning, the wind had died down, but the air was still sharp, and I could feel the tide of tension in my chest before I even saw him. Ethan was already leaning against the fence, grinning like he owned the world and like the world owed him a laugh. He waved before I could pass without incident. Morning, Fernley, or Fernley, take your pick. I'm flexible. I tightened my grip on Pip, ignoring him, walking faster. Pick none, I muttered. I'm not playing. Oh, come on, he said, jogging to catch up. You can't just ignore me. That's cheating. I clenched my jaw. I didn't owe him attention. I didn't owe anyone attention. Leave me alone, I snapped, not even bothering to lower my voice. I said I'm not talking to you. He tilted his head, amused, completely unbothered. You talk more than anyone I've ever met. Even when you don't talk, I call that style. Fernlick style. My chest tightened. Stop calling me nicknames, I said through gritted teeth. I don't like them, and I don't like you. Leave. Fine. But Fern is so much easier to yell when you're mad, he said, leaning closer, smirk still in place. My eyes narrowed, my hands tightened on Pip's blanket. I said stop, I shouted suddenly, louder than I had intended, the sound echoing across the empty cliff path. It startled both of us. My voice rang harsh, furious, and full. Ethan froze, eyebrows raised. Oh, he said, smirking. We hit volume 10 now. Very dramatic. I like it. That was the last straw. I yanked my sketchbook from the bag strapped over my shoulder, pages crumpled and corners worn, and hurled it at him. He barely caught it, stepping back with a laugh. Hey, I didn't ask for a flying gift. I could feel my own pulse in my throat, my hand shaking. Give it back, I hissed, advancing, but he lifted it above his head just out of reach, smirking as if this were a game. Not so fast, little brooding artist. Can't reach me, can you? I leapt, stretching every muscle in my body. Pip cooed softly in my arms, oblivious, but I could hear my own fury rising like a storm. I'm serious, Ethan, I yelled, voice cracking with anger, adrenaline, and fear. Give it back now, he laughed, carefree, holding the sketchbook above me. Okay, relax, Fern, or Fernley, or Fernlick, you pick. I growled, shoving against him. He lifted it higher, his grin only widening. I tried to jump, to grab the edge, and he tilted it just out of reach. Ethan! I shouted again, and my voice sounded sharper than the rocks under our feet. This isn't funny. Oh, I didn't know you had a funny button, he teased, laughing. I'm just seeing which one works. Enough, I shouted, voice echoing. I never yelled like that at anyone. My soft voice, usually reserved for gentle scolding or Pip's comfort, exploded in anger, raw and dangerous. Ethan's grin faltered for the first time, a flash of surprise on his face, but only for a second. He still held the sketchbook high. Whoa, okay. Whoa, no need to destroy the cliffs, Fern. I stomped, furious. Pip squirmed, fussing, and I ignored everything but the sketchbook. I could see the sunlight glinting off the edges of the pages, sketches of the ocean, of Pip, of places that might not exist tomorrow. He couldn't know what that meant to me. He didn't know about the bell. I didn't tell him, but I wished I had. And then it hit me. He didn't know because his family had kept it from him. Of course they had. My fist clenched. Ethan, the sarcastic, funny boy, who always had a grin for everything, didn't know what could happen to a person, didn't know what the bell could take from you. And yet he was holding my life in his hands. Not intentionally, but maliciously, but completely unaware. Ethan, I said, voice low and trembling. My sketchbook is not a toy. Give it back. Oh, I get it, he said slowly, realization dawning on his face. The brooding artist moment. Protect the art. I can respect that. I didn't know. You didn't know? I spat. No, my parents, they never told me. He waved his hands like he was surrendering. I swear, I didn't know what it could do. I didn't know it took things from you. I just thought it was a story, a legend, a ghost tale. A story? I barked. You think losing something you own, something you can't replace, is a story? He swallowed. No, it was a joke. I felt my anger coiling inside of me, ready to burst. I stomped again, trying to reach it. My sketchbook shook slightly in his hands. Give it back. This isn't a game. I swallowed the words I didn't say. Words about the bell, about Pip, about everything I couldn't risk explaining. My hands clenched around the blanket as he finally lowered the sketchbook just slightly, teasing, holding it at the edge still above me. You're intense, he said finally, eyes wide, smirk gone, replaced with something softer, cautious. Intense doesn't cover it, I snapped. I'm furious, I'm tired, and I'm not letting anything near him. Not you, not the ocean, not anyone. And the next time you try to joke like that, I swear. Okay, he said, raising both hands. I get it. No more nicknames, no more jokes. I'll take it seriously. Promise. I snatched the sketchbook finally, clutching it like it was the only thing keeping me tethered to reality. Pip yawned, finally calm, safe in my arms. I stared at Ethan, chest heaving. He looked guilty, but also fascinated, like he didn't know how someone could be that furious. You're terrifying, he said quietly, almost admiringly. Maybe, I said, voice still shaky, but I'm done explaining anything to anyone who doesn't know what's at stake. Wait, he said, a flash of curiosity and something softer in his eyes. You mean it's real? The bell? It really takes things? I didn't answer. I couldn't. He didn't need to know yet. Not everything. Not him. I cradled Pip. I looked out over the ocean, the wind whipping around us. The bell would ring eventually. 4 months. That's all the time I had. And I didn't trust him. I didn't trust anyone, and yet somehow the tension in the air didn't feel entirely dark. Ethan lowered his gaze, quiet for the first time, and I realized he had no idea what he was stepping into, but I did. And I would protect Pip, and my sketches, and every little piece of what I had left, even if it meant shouting, throwing, and yelling until my throat burned raw, even if it meant facing the worst alone. But the bell would wait, and I had to be ready. So that was all of chapter 3. These are short chapters, I know. Ooh, that's 4. But I'll do 4 in 30 minutes to an hour. It should be posted then, at least. I think my last one posted about 10-20 minutes ago, and then the one before that posted 3 hours ago, so yeah, I'll see what I can do. Anyways, bye-bye.